Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a quick video on this very beautiful deck that I have received from a very wonderful person called Carol. She told me that she had bought from some online store some tarot deck lines, and she tried to color them and it didn't really work out as good as she expected. So I said that I would send her some lines to color and then she can print them off. Anyway, she's made me a few decks actually, which I've been very grateful to receive. This one I wanted to show you. This is a very beautiful one. I bought a box, I should say, to put them in because they are too precious to keep lying around. This is the Noblet that she did for me. It's really a beautiful deck. I really enjoy using it. You can see it's got that beautiful handmade feel, and she's put on the traditional Jean Noblet backs, and the cardstock is beautiful. I don't know if you can see it, but it has very beautiful I'm not even sure what paper this is. It's very textured, very beautiful. Anyway, she's quite the master at coloring in, and she does a fantastic job. These days I often ask her if she can color in some decks for me, because sometimes I have issues finding the right color, but she just has an incredible gift for getting colors. Let me just quickly go through this deck and two others that she's made for me. So this is the Jean Noblet. Very beautifully done. And she rounded the corners, which is very sweet. I don't normally prefer rounded corners. I usually prefer the square corners, but on this one it works fine for me. And I know Carol's really getting into this, and I've given her line work for several decks, and it's a win-win because she enjoys doing it and I enjoy seeing the potential of what coloring I should be doing. This is a very amazing deck. The way it just feels, the cardstock is amazing. Just a beautiful deck. There's absolutely, having a handmade deck is totally the best thing ever. These days I struggle to even use my very favorite Ancien Tarot de Marseille, which is a mass production deck, but I just can't really get used to the cardstock anymore. I just so much prefer the feel and texture of a handmade deck. And especially something like this that I know that she's taken her, made great care and effort and consideration to make it. And it has, handmade by a human with life and emotions is more important than a soulless machine cranking these out. I'll just quickly go through these. And I like the way that she's colored it in, with leaving some white spaces here. It's very unique. I haven't given them a coat as yet. I don't know if I should. I kind of like it the way it is. I just got to make sure that I have to use it in a very clean environment. Usually when I keep my tarot decks, I keep them in Ziploc bags, but for this one I decided to use a proper box, which is the first time ever that I've used a box. Stunning work. Her coloring style is so neat. Way better than what I could do. So stunning. She does her job way better than I could ever do, I'm sure. How stunning that is. Now, Carol is a very interesting person. She has great interest in the esoteric arts. I would say like numerology and stuff related to the mysteries of Mary Magdalene. And now I don't know much about it. She's tried on many occasions to try to explain it to me, the hidden mysteries and the symbolism encoded in there. I try to understand, but it's a bit above my pay grade. And if you are interested in that kind of thing, you should contact her. Now, I don't know if she's selling these cards. I know she was having difficulty getting the correct art paper. I think it's this paper that she was using, which is honestly really beautiful. It's getting harder and harder to get art supplies these days. From my side, where I am, I can get paper, but I'm having difficulty getting inks. I do some stenciling, and getting the right inks is getting harder and harder. I can order, but it takes quite some time to find. So this is the Jean Noblet deck that she made for me, and I really love it. This is one deck that I definitely do keep in a very safe place, and so that's the one deck that she made for me. It's got such a beautiful feel. It's just beautiful. And then let me show you some of the other stuff that she's made for me. This is the Jean Dodal, and I love the color palette that she's used here. Some of these pinks, it's just beautiful. It's not a full deck. This is the Major Arcana and some court cards. This paper is slightly different from the one in the Noblet deck. This is more of like an art paper. Very textured, very beautiful. The colors are amazing. I would imagine that this is how the Noblet deck looked like when it first came out of the factory back in the early 1700s. I'd imagine the colors would have been quite bright. The facsimiles that we have of the Noblet, of the Dodal, there's one in the British Museum and there's one in the National Museum of France. And both of them are very faded and old. I don't know what kind of inks they were using, but it faded quite a lot. Anyway, the point is, I would imagine that this is remarkably close to how it would have looked. It's very gorgeous. Of course, feel free to pause the video at any time. I didn't show you the back. These ones, whoops. These ones are the traditional Jean Noblet, Jean Dodal decks. So many Jeans. I really love this. I love the bright colors, and the feel of it is just amazing. Such a beautiful deck. And then one other deck that she did is a partial deck. This one is the Jacques Vieville. And I think she was just experimenting with some of the colors, but it's really beautiful. Those blues and purples. Just stunning. Okay. I'm not sure if Carol is willing to make these for people. I asked her to sell a few. At least she can, you know, pay for her paper and ink, because I know that inks and papers are a little bit expensive. And this is a hobby that she really enjoys doing. And I really hope that she does agree to sell some to some people. I'll put her contact details in the description below. So, look at that card, it's so stunning. This is one of my favorite cards of all the tarot decks. Yeah, so I'll put her her contact in the description below. Please do feel free to contact her. I hope that she can sell you some, at least to recoup her expenses for the inks. And then this one, I think, is the brush pen ink that she's been using. She's been trying various inks and papers, and it's ongoing process that never ever ends. It's just stunning. She's working on one other deck, which is a Minchiati deck. It's the Minchiati, gosh, what is it called? Anyway, it's a Minchiati deck that I did. I started coloring it. It didn't really work out, so I thought, okay, I think I have a solution here. I'm gonna ask Carol if she can do it for me. So, anyway, she's working on that, and hopefully she can scan me a copy. Anyway, I just wanted to show some of the beautiful decks that my wonderful friend Carol has made. Please feel free to contact her if you would like a handmade deck, and if she's willing to do it. I don't know if she's willing to do it, but yeah, these are some of the decks that I have been wonderfully gifted to have. This is one of the most amazing things about this tarot community. Of all the cards and stuff, the most important thing, I'll be honest with you, is the friends and friendships that I've made along the way. And that's the most important thing. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hope that you have a very great day.